Okay, Adam, so we're going to be talking about strike location. And we can see we've got a dot on the golf club here, which is going to represent where I struck that golf ball on the club face. Now, this is one of the most important parts of golf and golf technique and improving your technique that players at home can use to lower their scores, right? You can see that one there was off the heel. We can obviously get some extremes. Let's start working over here onto the shiny part and then the hosel, mate. But what would you say to the players at home that want to improve that feeling of those nice crisp golf shots, right? To try and get that ball coming out of the center of the face in terms of training this?
The first thing I'd say is awareness. I mean, I see so many golfers who are even low handicaps who are just not aware of where they're striking on the face. And it's getting more difficult these days because clubs are getting more forgiving. You get away with a lot, which is a good thing, but it means that you start to lose attention on it. And so, you know, it's very common. I'll see someone creep 10, 15, even 20 millimeters out onto the toe or heel, and they're still hitting half decent shots. And it's only when it goes really bad. So for example, they start to creep onto the shank and one shoots 90 degrees right. That's when they start panicking, and they should have started panicking a little earlier. Really. So yeah, awareness is really key. And obviously we have a quad here that shows us where we struck on the face. But for people at home, using Dr. Scholl's foot spray or CVS foot spray, or if you're in the UK, Dactarin, and just light spray on the face, leave a nice little coating on there, and then after each shot, it leaves an imprint on the club face so you can see where you're hitting. Okay, perfect. So let's jump in here, show the guys how to spray that. Now you don't want to completely cover the thing so it gets super wet. Just a light spray will do, just something like that. You don't have to cake it on, and yeah.
So just hold that face up there for them, just so they can see. You can see it's got a white coating on it, and essentially after each shot, it's just going to leave a bit of a mark where the ball transferred onto the face there, and that brings some awareness. So on this one here, right, let's see where just on a normal shot that golf ball strikes the club face for you, okay? Okay, right.
Left, but a pure strike. There's actually a lesson in that. So this one, pretty good strike, very centered. A little high on the face, maybe a groove high or so, but in terms of toe or heel, very centered. There's probably an important lesson there that still went a little left, so that goes with why club face was closed. So strike was good, but face was closed.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, so that one there was flush, right? Let's talk about something that someone who's getting the feeling, it's almost like a heavy or a clack feeling off the outside of the golf club, okay? So this would be a toe strike.
So I'm even going to set up out of the center. I'm going to swing back and hit more out of the toe. So I felt twisting at impact. It didn't feel solid. And you can see that one was out of the toe.
So error detection for the players at home so they can coach themselves, bringing awareness to what a toe strike would feel like. And this is why it's such a great exercise at the beginning. And a lot of the in-person training that I'll do, Adam, is I put the spray paint on the face, and then I'll get a line, draw it down the center, and I'll get players to try and hit either side of the line without hitting the line. And that's a great way of bringing that awareness to what a toe strike would feel like and a heel strike, because a lot of the time players will hit shots and they're not quite sure why that actually occurred.
Yeah, well, a lot of it you can get from the sound, as you mentioned, so you're using that a lot. I use that. You can also feel it through the twisting. So when we hit the toe of the club will actually twist open through impact, and you'll feel that happen. Whereas when it hits the heel, the club's going to twist close, and they feel very different. And to me, the sound as well, when it gets closer to the heel, it starts to sound more high-pitched. And when you clip the shank, it's going to sound like a twig snapping or a bone breaking. It feels like a bone breaking, right, when we shank it?
For sure. So the toe feel will feel like a twisting, a clack, or a heavy sensation, and the heel will be much more of a click, a light sensation, and a twisting in this direction here. So why don't you hit one off the heel?
Oh God, I don't know if you want to stand there.
I'll hide just behind the quad.
I've trained myself out of this one, but I'm going to really try it for you. Oh yeah, horrible. Very high, but yeah, on the heel there.
You can see for there. Yeah, perfect. So that's a great visualization using the foot powder there to get a better idea of where that golf ball is striking the face. So progressing on from this, Adam, what would you suggest that players do when working on their strike location?
Well, I mean, I've just demonstrated hitting toe and heel successfully, and I think these are important. Well, I don't think, I know these are important skills to develop. Again, when I've put people into groups, and one group only tries to hit the center over and over again, and then a second group does the drill that I've just done. When they're retested a week later, the one who did toe, heel, center is better at hitting the sweet spot than the ones who only try to hit sweet spot. It's so counterintuitive, but that drill that I've just done there, start doing that. If you feel like that's too difficult, start it with putting swings and feel, you know, it's okay for you to set up out of the toe, start with little putting or chipping swings, hit it off the toe just to get a feel for it, then do the other side. But once you have that ability, once you can hit the toe and the heel at will, hitting the center is just a constant calibration of that. So every shot I'm hitting, I'll hit it and I'll say, okay, that was a little at the toe, I need to hit the next one from the heel. So then I go in with that feeling. If it's too heely, I'm constantly ramping up and down until I find that sweet spot. And that game is never won. You're constantly, or you should constantly be doing that and be aware of it. But most people aren't doing this, right? They hit it and they take for granted that they're hitting the sweet spot. And so that's, you know, you're not going to be improving as much as if you're doing the drill and getting good awareness and good feedback on it.
Awareness and feedback is certainly key to improving your golf game, guys. So we are out here at Robo Golf in Las Vegas with Adam Young. Make sure to check out his great resources available online. We've got a huge series of YouTube videos coming out at the moment, so make sure you watch all of these to get a better awareness of how to develop skill in your golf game with simple outcome-based objectives.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.